Yo, what's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video here on the Funko Fiend YouTube channel. As you can see from the title, we're gonna be taking a look at everything that I bought while I was at New York Comic Con. I only went on Sunday, which is the last day, so I didn't really buy too much, but I was actually able to go to the Funko booth and look at how big this bag is that they give you if you go there. So yeah, we're gonna be taking a look at the Funko Pops I got from the Funko booth, some other Funkos I got from random other tables, and also like 3 posters that I got. I also am not realizing that I did also get like a couple free things that I forgot at home in my backpack, but none of it was too crazy. But yeah, let's dive into some of the Funko Pops that we got from the actual Funko booth. We got the New York Comic Con exclusive Knull Funko Pop. This is the main one that I wanted to get when I went, so I'm glad this one was still in stock. Because in total they had 4 Marvel exclusives, and I was able to get 3 out of the 4. Unfortunately, Havoc was sold out when I went, but I was still able to get the other 3, which is good. But yeah, before I show you the other ones, let's take this Knull Funko Pop out of the box to get a better look at him. Alright, here's what he looks like outside of the box. This Funko Pop looks so sick. Like I said, this is the main one that I wanted to get, so I'm really glad that I got him. I don't know, just since he's like grayscale, the red eyes really pop, and like the black and red armor and sword look really awesome. I'm probably gonna put him on one of my like symbiote shelves eventually, but right now they're full, so I'm gonna have to make some room. Actually, you know what? Let's do that real quick. Because like as you can see up top, my Venom shelf right here is completely full, and my symbiote shelf right here is completely full. But since I've recently made some room on some of my Spider-Man shelves, I think I might either take this Venom to put on the villain shelf, or maybe this anti-Venom to put next to this white one. But either way, we're taking one down and putting one on the Spider-Man shelf, so I'll see you in a second with my decision. Alright, so I did a little more rearranging than I thought, but I put Knull up there on my symbiote shelf, and I moved the anti-Venom down to here. Also put this red and white suit Spider-Man 29 there. I don't know, I'm trying to keep this theme where it's like black, black and red, red and white, white, and I guess it's a little red and white there, but move that one there. Also move this like friendly neighborhood Spidey one down to there. Yeah, I might move Knull eventually, but for now he's gonna go there. So the next con exclusive that I got is this Bedlam Funko Pop, which apparently he's a symbiote related character too, but I'm probably not gonna be putting on my symbiote shelf. Maybe my Spider-Man villain shelf. I might do some more research to see if he's actually like Spider-Man villain, but in my opinion, this Funko Pop looks like more like Spider-Man than Venom. But let's take him out of the box, get a better look at it. Alright, here's what he looks like outside of the box, and even though I don't really know who he is, I think this Funko Pop looks so sick. I really like all the colors of it, and I like how the 4 arms are there. I like how his 2 arms sticking out and then 2 arms crossed like that. I think that's pretty awesome. And then I also like how it looks like kind of comic-y or cartoony. I don't really know how to describe it, but kind of looks like the Across the Spider-Verse Funko Pops, like with the cell shading and stuff. And I'm probably going to wait to put him on one of my shelves because I might do some more research to see who he actually is. And if he ends up being just a full symbiote-related character, I'll put him on my symbiote shelf. He might look pretty cool with my Carnage Funko Pops, like since he's red and black. But yeah, for now, this one's going to be staying in the box until I figure out where to put him. And the last Comic-Con exclusive that I got is this Nimrod Funko Pop from X-Men. They also had another X-Men Funko Pop, which was Havoc, which unfortunately, that's the one I wasn't able to get. I'm also just realizing that the Nimrod is limited to 4,000 pieces, which is probably why this one was $25. And the other 2 are 15 each. That makes more sense, but I'm still really glad I got this one. Let's take him out of the box to get a better look. Here's what he looks like outside of the box. I'm so glad I was able to get this one, because I wasn't really planning on it, but since it was in stock, I was like, might as well, and I'm so glad I did, because it just looks really sick. My only like complaint or critique, I guess, is this should have been a glow-in-the-dark Funko Pop. I think it would have looked really sick if all like the pink on him was glow-in-the-dark. Like his like power here, his eyes, the chest piece, that would look so sick if it was all glow-in-the-dark. Even the back there looks really sick, but even though it's not glow-in-the-dark, it looks really sick. Let's go out onto my X-Men shelf. Down here is my X-Men Funko Pop shelf, and as you can see, there's already a space for Nimrod. In the TikTok unboxing video that I did, I already took one of the Wolverine Funko Pops to make room for him. And there he is on the X-Men Funko shelf. I don't know, I like having him in like the middle-ish area. And unfortunately, we're not adding Havoc to the X-Men shelf because I didn't get him, but I'm still super glad I was able to get 3 out of the 4. Because since I went on the last day, I assumed that all the ones I wanted were gonna be sold out. And I also didn't even have a reservation for the Funko booth, so I didn't even think I was gonna be able to get in. But luckily, like the standby line wasn't too long, so I was able to get the 3 out of the 4 that I wanted. And also, while I was at Comic-Con, I did get 2 more Funko Pops, because there were just a bunch of other random tables and booths that have Funko Pops for sale. The first one that I got is this Peter Parker and Mayday Funko Pop from Across the Spider-Verse. When this like second wave of Funko Pops came out from the movie, I wasn't really collecting or posting videos back then, so I never really got this one. There's also like a Miles G. Morales Funko Pop that I really want to get, but when I saw this one on one of the tables, I decided to get it. So let's take them out of the box and get a better look at it. Here's what they look like outside of the box. I think this is such a cool Funko Pop. I really like the details, like the Cool Dad slippers. You can see he's still wearing his Spidey gloves, and then we also have cute little Mayday in the front right there. I also know they released like an actual Mayday Funko Pop, and I did see that there, but I decided to get this one instead because I really like how it's Peter Parker with Mayday. And I'm honestly really surprised it took them this long to make a Peter Parker Funko Pop, but once I saw it, I knew I had to get it. So let's go add him to my Spider-Verse shelf. As you can see over here on my Spider-Verse shelf, there is actually room from over here. In the TikTok unboxing video I did, made some room. Basically just shifted all these ones down because this one didn't have a box, so we can put the Peter Parker box there. There we go. I think he's a great addition to the Spider-Verse shelf. I also like how he's next to Miles. We got his little fatherly figure. Or I guess Miles was like Peter Parker's childly figure because like he said he had Mayday because of him. I don't know what I'm even talking about. Alright, but yeah, I think the shelf looks really good now. And the last Funko Pop that I got while I was there is this Lizard Funko Pop. Right here behind me, I've recently been trying to make some room on my Spider-Man shelf to try and make like a Spider-Man villain shelf. So once I saw this Lizard Funko Pop, I knew I had to get him for my collection. So let's take him out of the box, get a look at it. Alright, here's what he looks like outside of the box, and I really like this one. It's pretty simple, but also like kind of detailed. I really like the scales and all the like the prints on his like head and body. Like we can see the scales right here. Also his tail is pretty cool. But also I really like just like the white lab coat and pink. I just said pink. I meant purple pants. Kind of reminds me of the Hulk a little bit, but also the yellow eyes make it look really menacing. I don't know. Also the little teeth. I don't know. I think this is a really cool Funko Pop. And then, like I said, this shelf behind me, besides the 5-pack, is trying to be like a Spider-Man villain shelf. But there we go. He is on the Spider-Man villain shelf. I think he's a great addition. I know I could like take some of my like Venom or Carnage pops and put them down there, or even like my Spot or Vulture, or I should say Medieval Vulture, because I do want to get one of the Vulture Funko Pops. Also maybe Kraven, Electro, and some other Spidey villains. And then those are all the Funko Pops that I got, but I also got these 3 prints from Artist Alley. You guys know me, you know I love the Venom / Venomized Funko Pop, so I had to get this Venom poster. It just looks so sick. Another one kind of related to that, we have this one with Spidey, Venom, and Carnage. This one looks so dope. Also, when I bought this one, there was another version exactly like this, but instead of this like darker background, it was a gold background. They both look so sick. It took me so long to decide, but I eventually ended up going with this one because it like actually matched better and looks cooler. And also even this small detail where Carnage's eyes glow in the dark on this one looks really cool because they didn't glow in the dark in the gold one, so I decided to go with this. And then this last one I got is probably my favorite. We have the X-Men just all together like this. My friend also got a similar one that's like DC characters, which look pretty cool. And the artist actually signed both of them first, which is pretty sick. It also says 26 out of 300, which I think is pretty cool, but I don't know, this one's my favorite. It just looks so dope. Yeah, with that, that is everything that I bought while I was at New York Comic Con this year. I don't know if I already said it in the video, but this is my first time going to a Comic Con ever. Like, not even just New York Comic Con, just a Comic Con in general. I only went for one day, but I had such a great time. I got those 5 Funko Pops and those 3 prints. I think all in total I spent like $200, which is kind of a decent amount, but in my opinion, not too bad for my first time at Comic Con. Yeah, let me know what you think of everything that I got while I was there, and I'll see you guys next time.